Okay, so it's 2 weeks later since that last video about shit hitting the fan during the weather, which was Christmas weekend. But anyway, here we are now, beginning the second week of 2017. This is Sunday evening, and give you a look around. Here are the horses. I brought number 3 home. Right here we have number 1, number 2, and number 3. Number 1 is Aurorian. Number 2 is Deja. I call him Deja 2 because I can't pronounce his name. It's on that picture though. It's on that little brass deal on his halter. That's his name. And then number 3 there, his name is Dakota Cowboy. All right, Cowboy with a K. That's his deal. Well, it's kind of ironic because he's a thoroughbred. Okay, these guys are all thoroughbreds, off-track thoroughbreds. Number 1, Aurorian. Number 2, Deja 2. Number 3, Dakota Cowboy. I just call them Aurorian, number 1, number 2, number 3. Here they all come up here. They're awesome. This is Aurorian. He's wonderful. And number 3, he's like Aurorian's twin, except he's a little bit smaller, a little bit thinner, much younger. Aurorian's 9. This guy here is going to be 4. Number 2 back there, he's 4.5. He's going to be 5 here in the spring. So number 3 here will be 4 in the spring. Number 2 will be 5 in the spring. Number 1 Aurorian will be 9 in the spring. That's the deal. What I was going to say though, I guess what's so ironic is his name's Dakota Cowboy, and you look at him and you say, well, he's pretty tall, but he's kind of small, but he's not. He's massive, actually. He's really filling out, actually, in the past 4 months as I've had him. He's put a lot of weight on. He's looking really good. Anyway, he's getting bigger, but he's a young horse. Aurorian here, number 1, is massive. He's filled out. He's a mature horse. He's incredible. He's beautiful. He's a great ride. He's the best horse. Number 2 here, I can kind of say the same about him because I've had a lot of rides on number 2. Number 3 here, Dakota Cowboy, I've only had 1 and it was not good. I think there's a video about that. Maybe I'll come back to it in the future because definitely got to figure out what to do with him. Except for being so small, I suppose, even though he's not small at all, he's very tall. But out of all of them, he's the smallest horse. He's been out in pasture with Bud and Bandit since it's been cold. And I just brought him home, and he's got a lot of burrs in his tail. He's got a lot of, it's called burdock. It's a nasty, noxious weed that makes these big burrs that spread the seeds, of course. And, but I'm not going to take him out of his tail right now because I figure it's going to break it. It's going to break the hairs as I'm pulling them out. So I'm going to have to do it with a hair dryer in the barn, maybe when it warms up. Right now it's 0. It's been 0 for a long time. We got 0 in the forecast for many more days. But anyway, so since it is 0, I better put a glove on and finish these chores up. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take these 3 and I'm going to move them over there to the barn, and I'm just going to lead them over there with some grain. I already got the grain made up for the night, and the number 1 and number 2 know the drill. They go in the barn when it's really this nasty. Number 3 will follow, of course. So that's the plan, and I'll make another video here shortly.